meteorologist Barry Brandt. I'm going to verify that our stream is streaming, and it is. And so we're going to go over some of the weather information. Barry, a few years ago we had Beryl. Not
Yes.
Beryl.
With
Barry move into Arkansas.
That's right.
That name was retired.
Uh-huh.
So now we have Beryl several years down the road, and it's going to come right through the state, thinking some tornado threat exists this evening.
Yeah, and I don't think we'll see a 16-inch rainfall total. Wasn't it 16 inches?
It was down in southeast Arkansas.
Yes.
Southwest. The Southwest, and then another event later that summer. So we've got a threat for isolated tornadoes coming this evening, and then some threat for heavy rainfall.
Yeah, some. This thing is moving quickly. The track has been moved a little bit to the east. We'll talk more about the track, but it's still maintaining a good forward motion of 14 miles per hour, I think.
Yeah, we're all going to get some rain. Some of you will get more than others.
Yeah.
But the tornado threat is kind of going to be front and center here over the next few hours.
Yeah.
So we had some rain today. None of it has been severe. Some of it has been heavy. But as we look towards the south, look at North Louisiana. Just been dozens and dozens of tornado warnings over the last few hours, and some of these look like classic tornadic supercells. Sometimes a tropical system really does well producing tornadoes. Other times they don't do well. You get a tropical system, you think there will be a tornado threat, and there's not. At least as of right now, there have been quite a few tornado warnings and tornado reports, and we actually have one tornado ongoing now in Miller County. So we've already had an Arkansas tornado. I've seen a picture from Lafayette County, that southwest corner, and now there's a really impressive-looking tornadic supercell there south of Texarkana. There's another one that's about to move into Columbia County, and then there's some other activity developing towards Union County.
Yeah, El Laredo, that one out there does have a little bit of rotation on it, and the Weather Service here is looking at that as it moves up toward Ouachita County. Every one of these storms, and there is some lightning and thunder with them, but they're not big storms. They just have there's so much wind shear in the atmosphere. There's a lot of spin in the atmosphere.
They're little storms that rotate and produce tornadoes.
That's right. Generally not a long track.
Yeah.
Generally not more than EF1, although it can happen. But that is plenty to produce damage.
So we're watching these storms as they move into southwest Arkansas. The Channel 7 viewing area, Ouachita County, Nevada County. I know some of you watch us down there in El Dorado. We'll pop on if there's a threat for you. We'll be watching it as this band of rain moves towards the north, and as I go back and we can kind of look at just the area that I'm talking about. It's that big band right there coming through Shreveport. That's the problem tonight, the heaviest rain and the tornado threat. So the tornado risk from the Storm Prediction Center, we'll call it low. Not all of you see tornadoes or tornado warnings, but that's a threat that's probably going to extend up into central Arkansas tonight.
Yeah, and that moderate risk, that medium risk down there in southwest Arkansas, that'll be over the next hour.
Yeah,
and it looks really likely
that's
there.
That's where there's tornadoes right now.
But what happens to a tropical system when it comes onshore?
Yeah, it starts to produce tornadoes and weaken.
And it weakens, and that's the thing. As this thing progresses up, there's friction from land. It loses its fuel. It loses its ability to really circulate. It becomes less and less tropical and weaker. And so we hope that the amount of spin imparted to each of these showers and storms that form just gradually lessens. And it really should as we head through the evening hours. But evening hours into the early overnight, I think that's going to be our key time.
You see the risk there goes from medium in South Arkansas to low for central and south to very low there across northeast Arkansas. But we've got the time frame where we have to watch Tornado Watch until midnight. It's going to go until 4 or 5 a.m. Until the system leaves the state. So we're going to be here watching it for you. Let's get through Futurecast. The big area of rain moves into Arkansas. That big rain shield, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock. Very heavy rain. Some tornado threat as well. And you see that could extend through 2 in the morning. Barry, there's not a lot of, I think, really high flash flooding potential for everyone. But for some spots, if you get underneath a heavy band of rain, you could end up with 4 inches of rain very quickly.
I think you could, but just in a few spots. And maybe those spots that have had a little more rain recently. It's not been very widespread stuff. But if you've had some heavy rainfall and then you happen to get into an area where it kind of trains over and over, I think we could see 4+ inches somewhere.
Yeah, and we got more coming up tonight at 5 and 6 on Channel 7 News, 10 o'clock as well. And if there's any tornado coverage, we'll be live. You can find us at ktv.com/watch or wherever you're watching right now, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. We'll be on all those places. Tomorrow, this thing gets out of here pretty quickly. The afternoon looks much better. The rainfall amounts, I've been telling people not to focus on the numbers. The track right up the I-30 corridor, right up US 67, right along the track and just to the west, 2 inches of rain seems like a realistic total. Every model update, Barry, there's a few spots where it says 4 or 5. I don't know that it'll be Arkadelphia and Hot Springs. It could be somebody else.
You're
But
right.
there's going to be somebody at the end of this that has 5+ inches of rain. That's probably where the flooding occurs.
Yeah, and southeast Arkansas, you're not going to be in a favored area. I know it says 0 there
Yeah,
in Monticello,
in
but
Monticello,
you're going to get
you're going to get
rain.
some rain. Yeah, so you just have to take these maps, kind of understand. You're looking at general ideas. And so the flash flood watches, though, north and west of I-30 and US 67. But anybody under a tropical shower, tropical downpour could see some flooding.
Then it'll get a little gusty as we head into the day tomorrow as the center of circulation moves through, but the gusts of wind won't be even at tropical storm force.
Yeah.
25, 30 miles per hour in some spots.
That's right. So just want to give you one little update before we get off and go to air. Confirmed tornado moving through Fuke, and that's on Falk on
Falk
US
monster,
71.
the home of the monster, right?
That's Miller County. We also have a confirmed tornado coming into
Yeah.
Columbia County. So
every one of these storms has that potential, folks. So watch out, southwest Arkansas,
and want to watch these near El Dorado. So this they're generally moving northwest, but the entire system is moving north. So as we go through the next few hours, we're going to be watching that zone up the I-30 corridor up towards Little Rock and back towards south central and southeast Arkansas.
All right. Yeah, we'll be watching it all through the evening hours and overnight till this is gone. So just continue to keep it tuned here. We got 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes till our 5 o'clock newscast. We'll be on giving you the latest on this at the 5 o'clock update. We anticipate that this thing will continue to weaken, probably still be a tropical storm. By the time it makes its way up in here, it'd probably be a tropical depression, but there's still a lot of energy. It's like a train. You know, you can take the gas, or you can quit propelling it down the track, but it takes a while for this thing to stop, and it's got a lot of momentum with it.
Yeah, and ways people can watch tonight, ketv.com/watch. Of course, over the air, on Facebook, on YouTube, here on Twitter, if that's where you're catching us. There's going to be some confirmed tornadoes here in a couple of days. When we look back, we'll have the surveys to go through. I know there's already at least one down in southwest Arkansas, likely to be a second here shortly. Yeah. And hopefully that's it. These will weaken as they go into the overnight hours, but we can't guarantee that. So.
No, I think especially up till midnight, I think we need to look for it. But then even into that 1, 2 o'clock in the morning time frame, even up here in central Arkansas, I think that's something we're going to have to pay close attention to.
Stay with us overnight. We'll be watching it. This thing gets out of here tomorrow, but heavy rain, isolated tornadoes a threat tonight. We'll be on at 5, 6, in between the 6 and 10, and get 10 maybe after 10.